Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
By the end of the month, parents and children in Fargo should have a better idea of what will happen with school in the fall. Fargo's school superintendent will present a draft plan for the upcoming school year by the end of July and says the results of a recent survey will help in the planning process. 7,600 parents responded and 1,900 staff also took the survey. When asked to choose between in-person, online, or a combination of the two, nearly 50% of parents said they want their children back in the classroom full-time. However, the survey shows staff favor a hybrid model. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with one Fargo mom today who says what she hopes happens this fall has changed since she took the survey.
Distance learning this spring was not easy for April Gilbertson's 4 children.
It was atrocious and not easy.
And as much as both she and her kids would like to be back on a normal schedule and start the school year in person, Gilbertson says it's just not the right time.
The kids, they're not going to stay 6 feet apart. There's no way. There's literally no way.
Gilbertson says when Fargo Public Schools sent out their parent-staff survey a few weeks ago, she was feeling more optimistic than she is now.
And I put down the hybrid and everything, and then the numbers started to spike, and I'm like, yeah, they're not going back.
Ann says in order to even consider sending her kids back inside schools, there would have to be mandatory deep cleaning and hand washing by all, at least every hour.
Kids are dirty. Kids are messy.
She says while she thinks at least starting the year virtually would be the safest option, a hybrid model is the next best thing.
I hope they come out with, if you choose to send them, then send them, or there's the online option. Because right now, having all those kids at school at once, there's no way the numbers will not climb.
And says if the district decides the opposite,
I will be finding an online alternative. They will not go back until the numbers start going down again and stay going down.
Adding she and her family cannot afford COVID-19 physically or financially. In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
To see the breakdown of the numbers for the group, you can find this story on the VNL News app. Tens of thousands of people are expected to attend an annual farm show in West Fargo in a few weeks after organizers decided to move forward. Cody Cashman of the Red River Valley Fair says he's gotten the support from Fargo Cass Public Health. The Big Iron Farm Show is scheduled for September 15th through the 17th. Cashman says the fairgrounds took a big financial hit when state health officials ordered the fair canceled. But North Dakota currently isn't seeing the spike in COVID-19 cases like other states.
What's really nice here is we are 350 acres. So we're able to space everything out, which is a big deciding factor.
Knowing traditional conventions and meetings are at a halt right now, this is an event that would be a big opportunity for our community.
Cashman says they strongly urge people to wear masks, but they aren't requiring it. They will have hand sanitizer, and if you're sick, you're urged to stay home. It is hot out there, but nothing compared to what we'll see later in the week. Before we get to that, though, let's find out about this evening. Here's Hutch with your First Alert forecast. Hey, Hutch.
What a beautiful shot there from our Dakota Magic Casino camera, looking in on the golf course there. And I got to tell you, beautiful golfing weather for most of us. A couple of hit and miss showers and thunder showers across the valley right now. Down near Oaks, we have a thunder shower moving through Dickey County, moving off to the east northeast at about 30 miles per hour. Foston, you have storms dancing around you, and just north of Bagley, a couple of thunder showers. And there they go on the golf carts heading to the next hole. Here's a look at your planning forecast in Fargo. Temperatures in the 70s. We cannot rule out a spotty thunder shower this evening, but I think the chances will be best overnight. More on that in a moment. Grand Forks temperatures on a dry evening will slip into the 60s after sunset. Friday is a First Alert weather day. Coming up, we'll have some hour-by-hour details on that and talk about some of the risks that we have in store. That in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Fargo police say an allegation accusing 2 police officers of racial profiling was unfounded. 19-year-old Larry Pope said 2 officers detained and illegally searched him in a parking lot on June 22nd. However, Sergeant Shane Aberly of the Office of Professional Standards says he couldn't find any evidence outside of Pope's allegation, and Chief David Todd agreed. Police say Aberly reviewed data pertaining to the incidents that occurred, reviewed squad car GPS data, reviewed chat messages between officers and traffic camera footage. Aberle also interviewed Pope and his co-workers. You can find the entire report on our website. A federal trial is underway for a man accusing a West Fargo police officer of excessive force. Donovan Weiss is accusing Officer Peter Nielsen of releasing his canine for a second time when he was arrested in 2016. Nielsen denies using excessive force. Police say Weiss fought with the officer before the canine was brought out. Weiss claims the police dog bit him twice and that the officer punched him several times. Weiss was convicted on charges for that arrest. The federal case is expected to end tomorrow. George Floyd's family is suing the city of Minneapolis and the police officers involved in his death. The announcement came from their attorney today. Ben Crump said the city of Minneapolis has a history of deliberate indifference when it comes to the treatment of those being arrested, especially black men. Crump said with the lawsuit, they're seeking to set a precedent to make it financially prohibitive that the police wrongfully kill marginalized people, especially black people, in the future.
It was the knee of the entire Minneapolis Police Department on the neck of George Floyd that killed him.
The Minneapolis Police Department also announced that it is changing its policy on reporting use of force incidents. Officers must now document their attempts to de-escalate a situation. Fargo police say a man is in jail for dealing drugs that led to an overdose in the metro. Jacob Brandt was arrested for delivering heroin on July 10th. Brandt was on parole for delivery of heroin out of Ward County in western North Dakota. Delivery of heroin is a Class B felony. A man is now charged following a string of bizarre events. 26-year-old Brock Towe is charged with attempted burglary, terrorizing, and false information to police. Police were called to Happy Harry's liquor store on 53rd Avenue South for an alarm. Security camera footage shows a man throwing rocks at the liquor store's front door. Officers were later dispatched for a home invasion. The female victim told dispatchers a man had broken in their front door and yelled, "I'm going to kill you." He was detained by one of the homeowners until police arrived. Officers say he was wearing the exact same clothes that could be seen on Happy Harry's security cameras and was arrested in connection to both cases. Later on Valley News Live at 6, 2 Fargo women have filed a lawsuit against a local hospital. What we learned about the medications that hospital was giving its patients is next.
And Ron Perkle Jr. capturing this from the comet Neowise. You can see it too through the end of the month. Northern portions of the sky low on the horizon about an hour after sunset. In fact, from Grand Forks, do you see that in the sky? That's from our Grand Forks camera at the Home of Economy area. We'll have details coming up next.